you get off calling ballet a sport? It's clearly an art form. To call it a sport is belittling.
I will call it what I like. Haven't you seen the muscle groups and those little dances? It's clearly a sport.
They haven't scored anything other than men, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, come off it. You know damn well I'm right. Dear God, it's Monday. We've been arguing for a straight week.
What can I say? It was good for me too.
We've got to put out an Ask a Master.
Oh dear.
Alright, well, let's do this. Welcome to Ask a Master with Horror. Steve, what is that?
This is Pally the Pachyderm. She belonged to a wonderful children's show I was promised, and then denied by Retro. Actually, that's a wonderful idea. Let's go to that. Let's have a nice dissolve. Horror's Playhouse! Welcome, children! And I hope you've been good today to Horror's Playhouse. Today, we're going to discuss mathematics, literature, such as the fine works of Bram Stoker, from which vampires arise. Vampires today are nothing like they used to. Now they're freaking fairies with a blood fetish.
Horror.
Yes?
You know, since this is the first episode and everything, I think maybe we should just skip to the question and answer part.
Well, in the interest of time, perhaps. Yes, okay. We can move on to that point.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Some of you-
One more thing. I thought we talked about that this was going to be like a kids program.
It's a children's program. I've got clowns, I've got little fluffy animals. What more do you want?
What is this animal doing?
That is Pally the Pachyderm. It is an educational elephant.
She's eating that ape's arm. And what is that?
That is the circle of life, and that is my motif.
I don't
It is a
elephants-
clown. I used to do this sort of thing. Now off with you. I'm busy.
I don't know what kind of things you used to.
Do you really want to know?
No,
Get off my set! Now back to our questions. Some of you have wondered how you can play horror video games without having trouble with your emotions and your fears. I think you are slightly missing the point, but I can still help you. In order to truly enjoy a horror game, you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to enjoy those moments of fear, terror, and incomprehensible discomfort. To do this, I suggest a drinking game. You need to get a bunch of your friends together.
I'm sorry.
drink a bunch of tequila.
One second. Is this supposed to be like a kid show where you're going to tell them to drink? I'm pretty sure that is illegal and we could be liable for that. I'm just saying, why don't? All right. Go ahead, Or.
I'm going to kill that man. Skipping to the next point. My worst video game ever is not a horror game, actually. It is a game, though, that has haunted me since childhood. Or should I at least say, when I first slit throats. That game is Solstice.
Came back and don't. When you say you slit throats, that sounds like you murdered people. And again, I don't know.
Perhaps I did!
Right, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go back over here.
Solstice, the only game I've ever known of where you have to pick up an object, jump, throw down the object, jump off the object, pick up the object, drop the object, jump off the object, get up to the next level. And you have to go around collecting all these stats. You're a freaking mage, so it makes sense that you have stats. But do you know what you don't have? Spells. Do you know what you can't do? Kill the monsters. Guess what the monsters can do? Kill you. It's just a giant puzzle of every room. You have to figure out what you're doing. And it's marketed towards children, mind you. So, you people, isn't that wonderful? Last question for the day, children, is whether or not there are masters which have yet to be disclosed. The answer is yes. We even have a tycoon master, a music master. We used to have an action master. That ended tragically, or should I say, hilariously. Now we're running out of time, children. So I want you to remember, be cool, stay in school. Knowledge is power, power corrupts. Be like me, be a master. That is our show for the day. Have a wonderful existence. And Retro said nobody would ever watch it. I thought it was amazing. Why don't the viewers at home tell us? What about those questions, anyways?
Why don't you tell us more about that drinking game you were mentioning before Retro interrupted?
Excellent point. That was to answer a question from Dude. He wanted to know how we would be able to withstand the horrors of a good game. My suggestion to him would be to get a group of his friends together, get some Kahlua, get some vodka, hand the controller to the first person there. They have to play. When they die, they take a shot. If they scream, they take a shot.
pass it off. If somebody else screams who's not playing, everyone takes a shot. By the end of it, you're either okay with playing the game or you're tanked. Either way, you have a great time, right? Let's get on with the rest of the questions. Come on.
Fair enough. Dude asks, Fatal Frame, Silent Hill, Condemned, System Shock. I hear all of these, but which is the scariest game ever made? I figured you of all mortal people should know.
Scariest game ever made. That would be a game that is actually able to affect and touch you. Silent Hill has gotten a lot of good reviews for that, but System Shock's atmosphere was astounding. If you have never played it, it is the pretty much predecessor to BioShock. Same general feel, but sci-fi instead. Give it a try. I very much recommend it. So, short, System Shock, go for it.
Indeed. What's with the gorilla?
The gorilla, this is Abe, Pally's friend. Abe here is the one who prefers the rough approach. Pally prefers to stalk her prey. Yes. No.
Lovely. Rafik, yes, this one looks good. How your voice became like this? What happened?
What are you talking about? I have a beautiful voice. Melodic even. Some people, I will prove it to you. And you, I'll tell you what, go onto the forums. There will be a little slot there where you can select what song you want me and him to sing for you. It'll be a wonderful duet. Go there. Vote now. Next question.
John G asks, what would you consider your favorite way in which a character has died in a video game?
This is an interesting one. Because, as the horror master, when someone dies, it's over. They are no longer scared, they can no longer grow, they can no longer change. However, death can deeply impact and affect the viewer. The best death I have ever seen implicated actually did not come from a horror game. It came from an RPG. The predecessor to his favorite, Seven. I don't even have to name the scene. I don't even have to say who died. You're probably sitting there remembering that music right now. That's because there are 3 sorts of deaths in video games. The first one is as a warning. You see some random mook run up, get eaten by something. That's to tell you there's danger. The second one is to continue storyline, which is what that was. It was to anger you, to touch you, to make you care. And when you can make the viewer care, you have succeeded in telling a compelling story. The third one is a shoddy attempt at the other 2, and that's where you're just basically killing people off just for the willy-nilly heck of it, and nobody cares that they died.
I wept when that happened, you bastard. Last question. From Boss Battle E. Have you played the new Splatterhouse, and if so, did you enjoy it? Or was it as terrible as I envisioned it would be?
Ape here enjoyed it very much. Pally, not so much. The controls were a little difficult, it was very monotonous. There was blood. There was a lot of blood. As a horror game, I had to enjoy it, but it is kind of like one of those stepchildren you don't talk about. Every genre has one. That's one of horrors. I'd rather not talk about it. It belongs in the back, tied up to a tree. If we are quite done, I think we both need some sleep, some fluids, and food. It's been a long week.
That's puzzle. Puzzle!
Puzzle!
Puzzle! Sandwiches, please.
You're a terrible person, and I love you for it.
Indeed.